I trusted her completely, or at least that's what I told myself. When she mentioned going on a girls' trip, I didn't question it. There wasn't a hint of doubt in me. I pictured her laughing on some sunlit beach, swapping stories with her friends over cocktails, enjoying the carefree weekend she'd earned. I smiled at the thought, reassuring myself that trust was the bedrock of a strong marriage. The first crack appeared quietly. A text from an unknown number. "Hey, is this your husband?" it read. I frowned, my thumb hovering above the screen. Another message followed. "Just so you know, she's not telling you everything." My heart didn't race. I didn't panic. I just stared at the words, reading them twice before setting my phone down. It wasn't shock that hit me. It was a strange, cold sense of inevitability. I'd seen how chaos unfolds, how people destroy what they build without meaning to. I knew this wasn't random. I didn't reply. I didn't call her. Instead, I waited. More messages came, each one revealing pieces of a truth I hadn't imagined but somehow already knew. I leaned back in my chair, eyes fixed on the ceiling, silently weighing my choices. Should I lash out, demand answers, or should I let the truth expose itself, word by word? The messages gave me enough to understand, but not enough to change what I felt. It wasn't about control. It was about choices. Hers. The next morning, I didn't pace the floor or stare at my phone. I followed my usual routine, letting the house breathe as though nothing had shifted. But her messages kept coming, painting a picture that was impossible to ignore. The girls' trip wasn't what she'd said it was. She wasn't just sharing laughs with friends. She was sharing them with someone else. Still, I didn't confront her. I didn't shout or accuse. I just kept reading, letting the truth settle until it became solid. It wasn't about catching her. It was about seeing her clearly. And once that clarity came, so did something unexpected. Relief. The fog lifted. I finally knew where I stood, even if it was where I had hoped. When she returned, her smile was effortless. Too effortless. She greeted me with a kiss, her tone light as she told stories about beaches, cocktails, and midnight walks. I listened, calm and steady, my voice even. Every laugh, every casual detail only confirmed what I already knew. In that moment, I realized my silence had more power than any confrontation could. There was no shouting match, no tears or accusations. Just quiet awareness, a stillness that made it clear I had chosen composure over chaos. Days passed. She waited for reaction, anger, resentment, heartbreak, but none came. I went about my days with the same calm rhythm, focusing on work, on life, on anything but the wreckage she created. The silence between us became its own language. Every time she mentioned the trip or laughed at a memory, I simply nodded. Not cruelly, not bitterly, just knowingly, letting her actions speak for themselves. This wasn't revenge. It was understanding. I'd learned that the loudest message is often the one left unspoken. My calm wasn't emptiness. It was boundary, a quiet wall she had crossed and now had to face alone. And when the truth finally settled in, when she saw that my silence wasn't ignorance but awareness, I saw her confidence fade. The spark she carried into that trip dimmed in the weight of my quiet certainty. By the end of the week, I had my answer, not through apology or confession, but through her change, her sudden stillness. The house, once filled with laughter and ease, now echoed with a different kind of truth. Trust was gone, but dignity mine remained, and that was enough. I didn't gloat. I didn't break down. I just continued forward, accepting that the world hadn't ended. It had merely shifted. And in that shift between the cracks of betrayal and silence, I found something unshakable. That calm clarity and self-respect carry far more strength than any storm ever could. Some truths don't need words. They just need stillness.